सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respects. As you are all aware, I am continuing on Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, 137th Sutra, in the 3rd chapter, 31st verse. Kantakupe Chutpibasa Nivrittihi. I am continuing on the Samyama of Patanjali. Today I will speak on the next dimension of this Samyama. Please understand, not only making your body go beyond the necessity of food and water, hunger and thirst. This Samyama on the Vishuddhi Chakra can take you beyond any energy consumption from the outer space. Please understand, the air you suck inside or the space you take inside or the fire which is kept alive by the sunlight and moon rays, all the energy intake can be completely stopped and you can continue to be alive. Please understand, this is the science of Jiva Samadhi. As I said yesterday, the science which I was expressing yesterday, living completely without food and water. And just yesterday I saw a video, one great sadhu, Johnny his name, in YouTube his video is there. Many US universities have come and did research on him. In India, many times they have done research on him in the hospitals. They kept him in the hospitals, glass door, for days together. He will neither eat or drink or pass urine or any, neither intake nor output. No input nor output. He was of course he is, not he was, he is on record the man who is living for longest period without food and water, no intake for last 72 years. The whole biography and his background and all the medical researches done on him are available in YouTube. You can see. Yesterday I was talking about the science of going beyond food and water, but I again wanted to remind you, I put the whole technology on record, but do not practice unless you are directly being guided by the master. I heard. You need to work with him, I need to work with you directly. If that kind of intense samyamas need to be done. You see, for Chandra Samyama and all, no need for personal supervision. But this kind of going beyond food and water, these kind of samyamas need a direct supervision, personal attending. Today I am talking one more deeper dimension of the same samyama, science of Jiva Samadhi. Please understand, yesterday the process was only about living without food and water. Now one step further, living without food, water, air or fire and space energy. Just living without all five energies, all five Panchabhutas, living purely on the inner space, producing all energies from inner space and keeping yourself alive. When I say not taking energy from the space, means desires. Desires are the energy from the space. Prana is the energy from air. Fire is the energy from sun. The heat you feel in your stomach, Jadaragni. The digestion fire is the energy from the sun. And blood flow is the energy from water. And the mass, bone marrow, muscles, these are the energy from the earth element. This samyama can be used to go beyond all five. But again, I wanted to warn you all, I am putting it on record, please don't practice on your own. Now, the next samyama. Samyama, science of Jiva Samadhi. Giving you the exact technique. But again, I wanted to remind you, it has to be done under a direct supervision of the master, not otherwise. Yesterday we had a samyama, night 8 o'clock in the temple. All our brahmacharis and brahmacharinis were piercing their ears. I went there to see how the samyama can help them to handle the pain. I saw these guys, because already they are levitating, not a single fellow had any pain. That is one side. I was sitting there, I was training these people for the teleportation. I kept a vibhuti cup near me and asked some of these brahmacharis and brahmacharinis to sit and meditate. Maybe just some 3 to 4 minutes. 2 brahmacharis, means one brahmachari and one brahmacharini, started having vibhuti in their hand. Samyama was successful. But the important thing is, this kind of samyamas has to be done directly under supervision, because it creates such an intense energy inside. First thing, you should not become egoistic and arrogant. Second thing, that whole energy should be used for love and compassion. Understand? Energy is dangerous if it happens in you without maturity. Like a child getting the knife. When he doesn't know how to use it, how to handle it, if he gets knife, it is dangerous. It's risky. Energy is useful only if it is in the matured right hands. For example, you are doing Chandra Samyama, Samyama on the moon. You are all on the practice for last 15 days, this 15 days. This will not create any big side effect. Even if you get the energy, you get based on your intelligence level. You will not become arrogant. You will not become egoistic. But these deeper samyamas, which awakens some extraordinary powers in your system, you need to be very balanced. And not only that, these powers, when you receive as a gift from the master, for some reason if you become arrogant or egoistic, not only you will lose that power, you will fall into such a worst space and worst depression. To come out of it, it will take ages, janmas. Janmas it will take. That is the big problem. That's the reason these kind of samyamas has to be done very carefully under the direct supervision of the master. After thoroughly your ego is molded, cleaned, polished. Let me give you the process for Jiva Samadhi. Jiva Samadhi means all the 9 fluids which are running your body. See, there are 9 fluids as per the Siddha tradition, yogic tradition. There are 9 fluids, body fluids, responsible for running your body. They are called Navapashana, 9 poisons. Please understand, in Siddha tradition, the word Pashana not just means poison which kills you. It's like a certain high quality alive chemicals are called Pashana. But the Pashana word is unfortunately translated as poison. In English, we don't have any other word. So I am just allowing that word. Maybe I can use the word catalyst agent. Instead of the word poison, I can translate catalyst agent. The word for Pashana means these 9 body fluids, if it is properly handled, will keep you alive. If they are imbalanced, will kill you. Blood and the water in the eyes, saliva and the kaba in the nose, the 9 body fluids, the seminal fluid, these 9 body fluids are called Navapashana, 9 poisons. If you are able to, instead of the word poison, let us use the word catalyst agents. The 9 catalysts, if you are able to produce all these 9 catalysts without any input from the outer world, like desire, please understand, desire is an input that immediately produces the semen, body fluid, and water immediately produces blood flow. Each input from the outer world immediately produces certain catalyst agent in your system. Without any input from outer world, if you can produce all these 9 catalyst agents in your body, you are a Siddha who can sit in Jiva Samadhi. Means your body can be buried, but you will be alive forever. Even without your body, you will be alive forever. Understand this science? If you can produce the water which is in your eyes, that liquid, without any input from the outer world, you can see anything you want without using these eyes. That energy becomes capable of seeing even using the air as eye. You don't need eyeballs anymore to see. You are now liberated from eyes. If you can produce the prana shakti inside without taking the air from outside, you can smell anything anywhere in the world. You don't need nose to smell. You are now liberated from nose. If you can produce saliva without adding water from the outer world, just through the inner space from the pure energy, you will be continuously in such an intense taste without any food from the outer world. That's what we call Amrita. This Baba who doesn't eat or drink, Jani Baba, he experiences that Amrita only. I saw his photograph. I saw he's a great yogi, no doubt. I'll show the power of yoga to the world. Suddenly 100 people will declare that we will live without food for 10 years and they will show. I'll make all this happen. I'm not going to talk stories. See, last year I spoke, I'll make people levitate. Now I'm making at least few thousand levitate every day. So now I am telling, I'll make at least 1,000 people to live without food, water, at least 3 years. Not only that, I'll send them all over the world. They can go to any university, sit in any cabin, any hospital, go through any controlled condition tests. And now I already, first, maybe 1 month before I tried, teaching teleporting to our brahmacharis. But these fools, before I instructed, they opened their eyes. They opened their hands. So it was not a successful experiment. But yesterday it was successful. 2 people had that initiation and they were able to get the vibhuti in their hand. Now it is only a question of time. I tell you guys, within the end of this year, all the Swamis who come to your cities to conduct classes, puja, now you see Bhakta is sitting in the Houston. They will all come and do puja and materialize vibhuti and give you guys. That's all. Hey Bhakta, you don't need vibhuti cup. You will be able to do within a year directly. Understand? They will learn the science. See, I wanted all these guys to learn this science so that we will tell the world. And one more thing, one fortunate thing is we have a very strong, devoted disciples whose ego can never be abusive. Now, you see, now we filtered. Now the people who are standing with us are standing completely surrendering the ego. When this strong ego surrender happens, giving all these extraordinary powers is not a big problem. It is very easy. They can go around and play. By the end of this year, I am planning that at least 25-30 acharyas, ashramites will go around all over the world showing the power of materialization, teleporting. And it will take at least 1 year for me to train this no food water, that's samyama. I'll work and first I'll send at least some 25 people. But within next 2-3 years, I'll make at least 1,000 people to live without food and water. Just they will live. See, when I declared I'll make people levitate 1 year before, everybody was thinking, what is he talking? But see, now it is happening. We will do the same thing now, systematically, properly. I'll prove the science of yoga, living without food and water, and living examples of yogic tradition, teleporting and materializing. Now let me continue on this samyama. So any catalyst agent of your body, if you are able to produce without any input from the outer world, please understand, then you are liberated from that sense. For example, a man whose seminal production or the egg production, in the women's body the egg production, or in the men's body seminal production, is independent of the desire, fantasy. He is liberated from the urge to reproduce, and his love becomes such pure. His love is not controlled by the hormones. If your love is controlled by the hormones, it will always be related to blood relationship. Understand? All blood relationships are hormone relationships, not blood relationships. We are using a polite word, blood relationship. It's hormonal relationship, which came from hormone. Whether you are your wife or the son or the daughter, or all the relationships happened because of the hormones. Then his love is beyond the hormonal relationships. Only he can radiate universal love. Understand? When your body seminal production activity is liberated from the outside desires and fantasies, you are free from the urge to reproduce, and you are now free to install energy into anything. You can give life to anything. You don't need another womb to create a life. You don't need another human body to give life. You can just make a statue and touch that, and that will become alive. That is the science of Prana Pratishtha. Normal human life, he is not only free from the urge to reproduce, he is liberated from the normal body physical actions which is necessary to infuse life into something. He can infuse life into anything just by look. Just a look is enough. He infuses life. Just if he touches, that's enough. A stone will be filled with prana, life. This is the science how the deities are installed by enlightened masters. Just their sparsha diksha, when they touch, the energy is infused into it. They don't even actually need to touch. Touch is like one more act to satisfy the people that it has been energized. Otherwise, just a look is enough. Look is enough to infuse energy into the body or a stone or a metal or anything. If you want to see the power of a look, Nayana Diksha, you don't need to go anywhere, just see. Look can just infuse energy into the system. You don't need the physical act to put life. In every step, if you are liberated from creating any catalyst agent without having need to add from the outer world, you are liberated that part of the act. Please understand, I am giving like a formula. Maybe you should see this discourse once more later on, so that you understand these formulas. You can apply it in your life. Now, this technique, the Samyama and the Vishuddhi Chakra, can liberate you from all the 9 catalyst agent production inputs. Please understand. For all the 9 catalyst agent production, whatever input you need from the outer world, you can be liberated from all that input. You can be liberated from all that input. Understand? That's the important thing. and you can go on be producing it so that your body is, I can say that you are alive. Like Raghavendra Swamigal of Vrindavan, a great yogi, he is still alive, sitting. Don't think he is dead. It is Jiva Samadhi. He is there alive. Still his beats roll. Please understand. If you go in the silent night times, put your ears on that Samadhi, you can very clearly listen the beats rolling and that sound of the Ramanama, that mantra, that some murmuring. You will not be able to hear exact Rama sound, but that somebody is sitting there and humming or uttering some words in rhythmic way, that can be heard very clearly. I am not promoting any superstitions. I am not telling you lies. I am telling you from my experience. If you have intelligence, go and check it. Still, he is there counting the beats. He is in Samadhi, Jiva Samadhi. And the beats are moving just to prove he is in Jiva Samadhi. I can give you thousands of examples of Jiva Samadhi in India. Trailinga Swami, he will be sitting and meditating on the Ganges. Suddenly flood will come and he will be completely covered inside. After the flood recedes, maybe some 5 months, 6 months, then people will search for him and start digging out. He will be sitting inside 10 feet in the mud. 10 feet when they dig, he will be sitting in Samadhi, they will get the body out and he will just shake and come out, ask, hey, how are you, what happened? Near my native place, Arunachala, there was a Swami, Pundi Swamigal, a great Siddha Purusha. Same only, he will sit on the banks of the river and simply flood will cover him and the whole body will be covered by the river sand. He will be there inside for 6-7 months. After 6-7 months, when the flood resides, flood settles down, recedes, people will go and dig some 5-6 feet and then bring the body out. He will come out and, oh, okay. He will talk to them and start living. These are not stories. Pundi Swami lived just 30 years before. Only 30 or 40 years before he took Jiva Samadhi. He is a next generation to Ramana Maharshi. Must be 30 to 50 years only. He would have had Jiva Samadhi. And Trailinga Swami, he also lived. He was seen by Ramakrishna had darshan of Trailinga Swami. Vivekananda had darshan of Trailinga Swami. Means 100 years before. So, understand the science of Jiva Samadhi is not false. And one more thing, now itself I am putting it on record. I am challenging and I am putting it on record. At least 108 of my disciples will have Jiva Samadhi. Understand? No, really. I am working on the new campus. That's the way I am designing. It's like it will be like a. I am saying now 108, just for the safe side, to be on safe side. I am working in such a way, I will be sitting in Jiva Samadhi at least with 10,000 yogis in Jiva Samadhi around me. We will create one of the greatest energy field on the planet Earth in Bidadi. You will see. It's like a one sun, 10,000 mirrors will be reflecting it. What will happen to that intense energy centralizing? I'll prove all these signs. Whatever I was talking last 2-3 years, I am proving continuously. We started with levitation, now next teleportation. The next is being liberated from food and water, hunger, thirst. Then the next science will be teaching the Jiva Samadhi, science of Jiva Samadhi. Of course, I am going to live for a long time in the body, keeping it alive and active, at least 100 more years. But after that I am saying, when I sit in Jiva Samadhi, you will see I would have trained at least 10,000 people in that science. I will be sitting alive with 10,000 disciples around. Actually, when I was planning for the new campus, the main temple, I was telling them, hey, make a 10,000 Shivalinga temple around me. The main temple which we are planning for me, and 10,000 Shivalinga temples, like a pragara, 10,000 temples around. They were asking, why Swamiji? I said, all my Swamis will live with me even after leaving the body. Where will they go? Only department change. Nothing else. Only department change. And like transferring to from one campus to another campus, come on. Your job in the Bidadi campus is over. Now Akshardham. Akshardham means the imperishable space. From there, let us continue our job. So before they all leave the body, they will show to the world the science of Jiva Samadhi. Of course, not only I will show. Me showing, they will always create controversy and people will never believe. If I train these people and show through them, see for example, if I levitate, what will they say? He is acting. If 10,000 people are levitating, what to do? You can't say all 10,000 people are acting. If I materialize, they say, oh, sleight of hand, he is doing magic, he is having somewhere here, there, and he is bringing it. I am not doing. I am just telling, hey, you do it, and they are doing, what can be done? And brahmacharis and swamis are doing, what can be done? Then you can't say they are cheating or they are doing some sleight of hand or magic. Same way, I will prove the science of Jiva Samadhi, science of going beyond food and water, hunger and thirst, and science of Jiva Samadhi. I will describe exact technique. Let it be on record, just for that. Not for you to practice, and you will not be able to also, just for the record. Bring the awareness intensely on the Vishuddhi Chakra as a shining sun and give instruction to each catalyst agent like eyes. Tell the eyeball, stop producing the water from outer source. Tell the tongue, stop producing saliva from the outer source, water. Stop producing the seminal fluids or body fluids from the desire, mind. Stop producing the blood flow from the food or water. Understand? When you give instruction and visualize, you are withdrawing from that each sense, each whole. Withdraw yourself. You will see one by one each Pashana production, the catalyst agent production, will become independent of the outer input. The outer input is not necessary, will not be necessary for the inner production of the catalyst agents. The very inner space, the sun in the throat chakra, can supply all the catalyst agents required to live and run your life. I bless you all. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate and share the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.
Putting all my trust in you, 'cause you know it's best for me to lead a blissful life, a life with no more strife. I can't believe the things I do, just to spend a little time with you, nothing will compare. I know you will take care.
You're always showing us compassion. Your love is endless like an ocean. Nityananda, Nityananda. My life's become a meditation. Ever since we had a deep connection.